Hey guys, for today's video I was actually going to tell you about something that my son experiences on a regular basis. If you've been around my channel for a while or watched any of my older videos, you may have seen some of the things that my son has experienced throughout his life. He is now 5, but his unique abilities started the day after my dad died, which is when he was still 3. So basically after that he's seen some pretty crazy stuff. Something that really tops everything that I just cannot explain, and something that he sees on a regular basis, is sharp bubbles. What are sharp bubbles? I do not know. I have no idea what the proper terminology for what he's seeing is, but that is just what he called them. He's seen these when he was 4, so it's been going on about a year now, but he does see them on a regular basis still. I know he at least brings them up maybe twice a week, and now he's not as afraid as he was when he originally saw them. When he first saw sharp bubbles, it was actually right here in my office, and I was just in here and he came to the door and he was looking in and he started kind of looking around the room, and all of a sudden he just got really anxious and really scared. That's when he told me that there were sharp bubbles everywhere in my office, and he told me to be still because if I stepped on them they would hurt me. He was just frantic at this point, and he broke down crying and he was shaking. This was the most intense reaction he's ever had to anything he's experienced, and he was just absolutely terrified. He would scream if I'd start to step, and he was afraid that I was going to get hurt. Basically, he described them as being these large bubbles made of glass, and he was afraid that if I stepped on them, they were going to hurt me. So he was seeing something that he made his own terminology for, so that's where the sharp bubbles came from. And he went on to describe that different colors meant different things. I know he said the yellow and green were bad, and purple and blue were good, and I think also red was bad. So he was absolutely just freaking out, and he was mainly seeing the bad colors at this point when he first started seeing them, and that's when he actually got kind of a bit of relief, because he said that the good sharp bubbles were taking over the bad sharp bubbles. That's when he actually started calming down some. But another thing that had freaked him out during this whole process was that we couldn't see them like he could. Like, we couldn't see anything, and he was freaking out about it. But that was another thing we had to go in and explain, that he had a special gift and we just didn't have that special ability to see them. So basically, after calming him down, he's been okay with them, and he now sees them on a regular basis. So I'm not entirely sure what they are. I know I did do some research on them, but I don't have proper terminology because, like I said, he came up with that on his own. But I did put in the description, like when I Googled it, I typed in the glass bubbles and the colors and all of this, and I did get a little thing come back about other people seeing similar things, and there was all kinds of things about children that came up with it, so it was really interesting. And I found where it did say after seeing these, a lot of kids would actually be afraid to sleep, and he did have that for days. I would just stay in bed with him and he would just be freaking out, but eventually I think he kind of adapted to what he was seeing, and he was able to actually go to sleep on his own then. But that's basically his first experience with sharp bubbles. He's been seeing them ever since. Like I said, he talks about them at least twice a week, and he's just kind of adapted to them, and that's that. I'm not really sure what's going on with that. It's something that I guess I'll never truly understand, but I just try to support him the best I can, and I just wanted to share one of his biggest experiences with you guys, just because he does see that on a regular basis. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys are the best. Don't forget to subscribe if you've not already. I'll be posting a new video every Wednesday and Sunday. And until then, bye guys.